Hey there, this is Jack Campbell.
This is J.R. St. Julien.
We're with the Campbell team at Keller Williams Realty, and we're here today to talk about the value and the benefits of VA loans in San Diego.
Hey, we're here today to educate veterans and just help them understand the significant value that's in their VA home loan benefit, and the value and the access that it affords them to just truly grow wealth through home ownership and real estate. So we'll kind of get started with that today.
Yeah, well, I know that nobody really has as much education about this as you do. I know you run a seminar series and do a lot of public speaking around this topic and are a specialist in the VA programs, which is why it's so important for me to have you here today to speak with our audience about this. In your personal opinion, what do you feel are the three largest benefits to a veteran or active duty? What are the three largest benefits they get out of using a VA loan in San Diego?
Well, the great thing about the VA loan is it comes with very low interest rates. Typically, it's one of the lower interest rate products available of all the different types of loans. It also affords a veteran to buy a home with literally no down payment. And then also, it eliminates the PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, component of a payment when you typically put a low amount of a down payment down. So it eliminates that from the monthly payment, so then it results in the veteran having the lowest possible monthly payment for a home loan amount of whatever amount that they decided to borrow to buy their home.
Okay, now I don't want to interrupt you, but I got to be really honest. I mean, so when you say for a VA loan in San Diego, you can get 100% financing, do you mean that that's literally, no money down?
Yes, no money down.
No money down.
And actually, as of January 1st of this year, there's no limit to the no money down, which is kind of
so you can buy
crazy.
a $2 million house?
You can buy a $2 million house
with a VA loan. No money down.
Yes.
That is unbelievable. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's an amazing benefit, and unfortunately, most veterans don't use the benefit. And we've learned over the years that the difference in wealth from a homeowner versus a renter, there's a 40 times difference in the level of wealth or the net worth of a homeowner in comparison to a renter. And so veterans have this great benefit in the VA home loan program, especially in San Diego. And so there's no reason not to use it and put it to good work.
That's impressive. So now you mentioned the rates also as being a really important component. How did the rates, so are the rates on this product, this VA home loan, is that actually better than the rates you can get on other loan programs?
It is better because the way rates are established is kind of, they look at the risk level and then they'll adjust the rates based on the level of risk. Well, because it's a VA home loan, the VA assumes 25% of the risk associated with the loan. So it's almost as if you put 25% of a down payment down, even though you didn't. So when the investors that are buying these loans on the secondary mortgage market are looking at these loans, they're willing to accept a lower interest rate return because it's essentially a guaranteed loan. So there's no way that they're going to lose their money.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, it's so you're as competitive as another person putting 25% down, basically.
You are.
Yeah, that's impressive, especially not having to come out of pocket with that big down payment. And I'm guessing that the VA must have known this when they pushed this idea out to veterans, that because of the way that veterans often, or even active duty, have to move from town to town so frequently, that and can change their duty station, that they wanted to make an easy way for them to make a purchase so they can get that leg up financially. Maybe that the regular people who aren't having to make the transitions frequently have to make.
Yeah, I mean, I guess being a service member is not really a path to wealth. You don't make a ton of money in that field, in that industry. So, a lot of things throughout America is kind of written with the goal of encouraging home ownership. Our tax code is written that way. So, of course, it makes sense to try to give veterans that are serving our country and making, in some cases, the ultimate sacrifices for our country, a great benefit that will allow them to grow their own personal wealth for their family.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing benefit. You also had mentioned PMI, which I understand commonly to be kind of like mortgage insurance, but How is that different PMI with a veteran loan than it would be on other types of loans that a consumer would get?
Yeah, so typically if you take out a loan and you put less than 20% down, you're going to have what they call PMI, which is private mortgage insurance that you have to pay monthly. So it's an additional monthly fee on top of your mortgage payment. So it's basically additional cost that you pay monthly. If it's a conventional loan, you can get that PMI erased once you have better, or I guess more than 20% equity in the home. But if it's an FHA loan, that PMI never goes away. So you pay that for the entire life of the loan. So the nice thing about the VA loan is even though you're putting nothing down, you don't have a PMI payment, so that instantly lowers your payment in comparison to any other product that you can offer with even if you say we put 5% down, you can get a conventional loan with 5% down. But the payment would be higher because there's going to be PMI on that conventional loan.
So for a VA loan in San Diego, what would, versus other types of loans in San Diego, what kind of money are we talking about here in like PMI? Are we talking $50 a month difference between one loan and the next, or $300 a month?
Yeah, usually it's somewhere between $150 and $350. And again, it's kind of based on the risk level of the borrower and the loan. So they kind of analyze the entire package, the entire loan package, and then they go out to insurance companies that offer this insurance and price out the best possible insurance to go with your loan. So I would say anywhere from $150 to $350 you may be saving a month.
Yeah, so it's substantial. So really a VA loan then would have a payment on the same home purchase that would be $150 to $350 less expensive monthly than would be with another product.
Yep, and then they also have a lower interest rate. So then once you combine no PMI plus a lower interest rate, it's even a...
So then, to understand this correctly, if there's no PMI, which makes the payment smaller, and then the rate is better, so that makes the payment lower again, then would that also mean that a veteran could qualify for more home on a purchase than they would be on another type of loan program?
Most definitely, because basically what the lender is going to be looking at, they're going to be looking at, how much your full and complete payment will be versus how much debt you have, and then basically they do the debt to income ratio to figure out how much house you can afford. So if the payment is lower, that means you can afford more house. And typically you'll see with every 1% reduction in an interest rate, you can afford about 11.5% more of a house. So basically 11.5% additional on top of additional purchase price. So you can afford a more expensive house. So that 1% equals 11% when it comes to rate reduction versus how much house you can afford, which is pretty substantial.
Boy, that's a lot of information. Thanks so much for sharing all this, JR. If somebody wanted to get in touch with us, certainly, and to ask any questions about what's taking, how to get a VA loan in San Diego, or the best place to get one, or how to find properties that work well with these VA home loans, we feel free to make a comment down below in the comments here, or there's also a sheet that you're welcome to fill out. It's our Dream Home Questionnaire that can get you connected directly with JR and get the home search started for you.
Yeah, I would love to help. I love working with veterans. I'm a veteran myself, so it's nice to be able to reconnect with veterans and help them grow wealth through real estate.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time today, JR.
Sweet. Thank you.
Certainly appreciate it. Take care.